All right, let's dive right into this explainer on Dr. Mike Tang's framework for saving, reviving, and really future-proofing businesses. Today we're zeroing in on the absolute core of corporate survival and growth. What's known in the framework is Pillar 8, transformation and turnaround.
So I want you to think about this question for a second. Can a sick company learn to run a marathon? It sounds like a massive stretch, right? But here's a fundamental truth drawn from decades of corporate restructuring. Companies get sick the exact same way people do. A business rarely collapses overnight. First comes the fatigue. Your margins start thinning out. Your best people quietly leave. Then the symptoms sharpen into a cash crunch or a lost market. And by the time the pain is literally impossible to ignore, well, the disease has usually been at work for years. Companies don't die of mystery illnesses. They die of a late diagnosis. So how does a company actually heal?
Section 1, Pillar 8, the healing capacity.
Okay, so within the broader architecture of corporate health, Pillar 8 is essentially the center of gravity for a business's immune system. It isn't just about barely surviving a sudden crisis, and it's certainly not about managing some temporary consultant program. It is the corporate anatomy's inherent power to heal itself. We're talking about the regenerative capacity to renew, restructure, and rise again. And ideally, doing all of this long before the market actually forces you to.
To really get this, we kind of have to shift our mindset entirely. As Dr. Tang notes in the free 8 Pillars ebook, turnaround is a near-death experience. Transformation is a revival experience. Change has to be treated as a continuous muscle that you actively build and maintain. It's not a one-time event where you stretch like a rubber band only to snap right back to your old, failing habits the moment the pressure is off.
Notice how Pillar 8 anchors this entire patient anatomy. You can see it mapped out here alongside vital organs like financial health and operational excellence. But here is the hard truth of the matter. Strengthen those other 7 pillars absolutely cannot save a company if it lacks the capacity to change. Cash-rich companies can, and totally do, die if they lose their regenerative engine. Pillar 8 is the engine that takes you from the sickbed all the way to the marathon finish line.
Now, this healing capacity requires what we call an ambidextrous dual-track strategy. You actually need 2 tracks running simultaneously. On one side, you have turnaround, which is essentially corporate surgery for your immediate survival today. On the flip side, you have transformation, which is the rehabilitation and ambidextrous growth you need for tomorrow. Basically, you have to exploit your current model for efficiency right now, while boldly exploring the future.
Section 2, the emergency room. Turnaround apps.
If your company is currently in distress, I want you to think of these free AI tools as your corporate emergency room. First, for deep dive analysis, turnaroundcenter.com acts as your operating theater. It tells you exactly what to cut, what to keep, and in what specific order to actually halt the decline. But let's say you just need a quick pulse check. Then turnaroundadvisory.org is your triage. It's a rapid 5-minute survival gap check that answers the most immediate question. Are we handling this crisis correctly? You can rapidly diagnose critical survival gaps without any judgment, and more importantly, without those massive consulting fees.
Section 3, the Rehab Clinic Transformation Apps.
But surviving isn't the end of the journey, is it? Your business must transition from the operating table to physical therapy. As detailed in the free Transformation ebook, these next tools act as your rehab clinic. For deep strategic rehab, transformationcenter.com helps you build a multi-year strategy so you can exploit today while exploring tomorrow. And for a rapid readiness check, corporatetransformationadvisory.org offers an instant assessment based on 8 timeless David versus Goliath principles. It instantly benchmarks your organization's actual capacity to transform.
Section 4, the master library and central hub.
Now, across all these tools, there's one golden rule. AI diagnoses, but humans implement. Your ongoing checkups and universal gateway happen at the flagship platform, corporateturnaroundcenter.com, giving you this amazing 360-degree view of your business health. Meanwhile, MikeTang.com serves as the master library. It houses over 52 management volumes and 3 decades of human expertise, which allows you to cross-verify your AI results with proven human wisdom before you execute a single thing.
And please remember, this entire suite of powerful diagnostic platforms, the AI engines, the reports, the gap analyses, it's all built specifically to democratize elite-level strategy for SME owners. It is completely free, entirely private, and available literally anytime you need it.
I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Your business's health is entirely in your hands. but only if you have the courage to look at the symptoms. So, are you ready to diagnose your business before the market forces a diagnosis upon you? Remember, companies rarely die of mystery illnesses. Don't let yours be a casualty of a late diagnosis. Head over to the platforms, take the checkup, and start building that transformation muscle today.